All love. Alrighty. Shalom, shalom, y'all surrounded. Hebrew Israelites, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, I heard the prophets of the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, we're going to head towards the east and give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh, by Hashem, Rock and dies. When the ancient Paleo-Hebrew time, is the correct name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to your sister, brothers living in the truth, and shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourself approved. But we are today, y'all, trying to talk about something that's very vital and important. And what that is faith, man. We got to keep the faith, man. A lot of atrocities is happening on the face of the planet right now. Things looking real grim. It's a real dystopian type of future that you can see right now. But yeah, we can't let none of that sway us, man. We got to keep the faith, and we got to also keep our eye on the kingdom of heaven. Because if you keep the faith, it's going to help you do what? Keep your endurance. And when you got endurance is to help you last until the end. You know, the Lord to say, I'm going to save those that try and then give up at the last minute. Those I'm going to give salvation. No, man, he said endure to the end. And then say you see salvation. Means you got to pass the finish line. You can't come to the finish line and pass out right in front of it and then think the Lord going to give you a crown. It don't work like that. He's looking for those that like cross the ribbon. You know, break that little ribbon at the finish line. Like the Lord looking for those, man. Because that shows that you endured to the end. That shows you kept the faith. If you fall down before the end, that shows you didn't keep the faith. You lost it. You got scared. And that's what Esau doing right now, man. Esau eating, when I say Esau eating to the so-called white man, they're pulling all that stuff out, creating these atrocities to scare everybody. To scare everybody to seek to him. And then his solution. And we already know his solution is to put a microchip in your body, man, which is the mark of the beast. So for people to get there, you got to take away your convenience. You got to take away your comfort. And you got to scare you. The same way they did the C-19. People went and ran and got that juice because they were scared. That's what Esau, he uses fear. But when you got faith, faith conquers fear. Because faith is like confidence, man. Faith is like hope. When you got that faith, you like, man, I don't give a damn what you talking about, devil. The Lord said this. So I'm waiting on this. And you'll do that even though everything is collapsing and it's looking like you're in a very bad way. You keep that faith. That's when the Lord going to show a miracle on your behalf, man.
I like that point where you said it's like running a race, and it's not like you can't fall at the end of the line. You know, it's just like you know, it ain't like Esau Edom's kingdom where like the first one across the line win, and that's it. The whole point is to finish with the truth, and then you got to finish, and that's how you show that you're perfect. That's how you show that you deserve that trust, deserve that salvation, man. And it's all about finishing. It ain't about coming there first and being the first one there and being the top Israelite. It's about finishing it in its truth, which is a hard thing to do because you see people over here falling out left and right. So they're doing a lot of men who that I came into this truth, looked up to and thought like, damn. And you look at them now and they bugged all the way the fuck out. So shit, it's a faith in this truth is very, very precious. And you gotta have that spiritual endurance to last.
Right. I got that perfect. Y'all actually broke down and preached up right above the truth. So points in verse 13, but I'm gonna go ahead and read verse 12. So this is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, and all the iniquities that's abounding, that's increasing, is what causing people to fall out of the faith of Yahweh Shah. Okay, and so when you read in verse 13, and it says, but he shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. Key words, endure to the end. Then you be saved. That I almost got there, or I almost maybe. The Lord ain't dealing with almost maybe, man. He looking for those that finish. Why? Because Yahweh shall finish. You know, he finished the faith when he let them devils, you know, take away his mortal life.
That's why Yahweh Shah even said he's the author and the finisher of our faith.
All right.
I got one to back out. Hebrews 10, and I'm going to get 36. It says, but ye have need of endurance, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh, ye may receive the promise. See, to receive that promise, you got to have endurance to make it to the end. Reading on, it says, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. Talking about Yahweh Shah. hey, he's on the way. That's why you're seeing all this stuff getting kicked up. All this stuff is activating, and people are falling out, and people are building up the truth, building up themselves even more. Like all this stuff is because Yahweh Shah is quickly on the way. But reading on verse 38, it says, Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draweth back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believes to the saving of our souls.
I like that. That's personal. I like to say it don't those that pull back into perdition. Perdition goes into destruction. When you lead in truth and go back to the world, that's basically what you're doing. We talking about that. We open up camp like we don't understand people that do that. You'll be in the truth, be in the best position to, save your soul, get salvation, get rulership, and then, they'll get scared, get spooked, and go back into the world. The Lord said, I have no pleasure in them. Because he don't like backsliders, man. That's backsliding, man. That's going back to your vomit. Because Babylon Great represents vomit, man. Ain't nothing good with it. You're not going to make it. So that's the men who didn't have faith. They didn't have no hope. And they go by things they can see. Because faith is some of the things you can't see. So they go back to a carnal thing that they can see. Like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to doomsday prep. I'm going to get my guns up. And that's things they can see. Or I'm going to go and I'm going to run with Esau's military. I think that'll save me. They see all the atrocities that's coming. And none of that's going to save you, man. None of that, man. You're going to end up starving to death. Even if you get them on TV. Like, Esau's still going to do dirt. And even then, forget Esau, man. You on the crosshairs of Yahweh Shah. Chariot to see you and light your butt up. There is no salvation in the world. So why pull back into the world? Why go back into perdition? Why disappoint your power, man? When you're in the truth, doing the works of Yahweh Shah, the Lord loves that. Continue in that. And let the Lord work a miracle on your behalf. That's what it does. Some people that don't believe in miracles. They believe, man, man, they God stuff ain't gonna save me, man. I need a bulletproof vest. I need my 5, YN protecting me. I need some car. I need a building. I need food stacked up. They need something they can visibly see.
I need 5, 6 magazines to go with my AR, man. This all won't run out.
And you still gonna run out. The Lord said the enemy gonna come out like a flood. This devil got troops on troops, man. ICE agents, UN troops, US military. This devil gonna come in with almost like a whole wave of enemy troops. You'll never have enough ammo for all of that. But see, if you got spiritual power, the standard get lifted up, that's infinite. You can shoot out as much lightning as you want to. Ain't no end on that. Your super strength gonna stay up. Even tell you that the scripture said we'll run and not be faint. So that's infinite stamina. You know what I'm saying? Like King David. King David killed, slayed 10,000 men. The Lord said that's gonna be the floor. So that's the floor. I think like it's gonna be brothers on a higher level than that. Because Yahweh said they'll do miracles with me, but even more. Even greater. Yeah. Well, even greater. So with that being said, why not be in that fold instead of going into the worldly carnal means? Because like the Lord about to get rid of Esau, and that means he's gonna get rid of everything Esau created. His sword, his military, all that's going bye-bye. Last thing you want to do is be lumped in with that. You're scared.
Yep, that precept come to mind. He that joined with him shall be blessed too. I got that quick precept that you quoted. This is Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And that's what the brother quoted earlier, man. So it's things, reading again, it says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Just like people over here going back into the world because they can see things that they can probably can help them in a time of trouble. But really the scriptures is all you need. Like they'll go back into the world and I need some seeds to plant while all hell is breaking loose so I can eat. Hey, if all hell is breaking loose, how you gonna wait on some seeds? It's, the plants don't just grow up and shoot up overnight. So yeah, you need this truth.
And I just thought about something. You said that things don't go up the overnight. One of us get that spiritual power to where we can naturally go to plants that we need to see
Right in the dirt.
Right in there.
Instant growth. You seen that in certain shows, and movies they showed that. And that's an act of spiritual power. I believe some brothers gonna get that type of power, man.
You saying
You
Yahweh
already seen everybody. Yep.
cursed the tree and it withered right away. So somebody doing the greater miracle can make a plant shoot straight up. Like you gotta think of things like that.
Another example, I'm gonna say Yahweh said what that multitude. What was that? 2 fish and 5 barrels of bread.
Loaves,
So that means he was duplicating. Some brother gonna get that gift, man. Y'all had it. Some brother gonna get that too. So why not? My thing is, why not put your faith in that? That's so much better than I got about 50 Campbell soups.
There's some water, some wine.
In the back. Yeah, if he can do that, the Lord required, create water. Because remember he had Moses strike a rock and water came out of it. So my thing is, why not trust the Lord of spiritual power versus, I got 50 Roman noodles. 100 pack of Roman noodles, top Roman.
I got a closet full of 5-gallon buckets of water.
God, I got some MREs.
And
I got 5,000 of them.
Put that out, man. Cause that's those are individuals who that what you call doomsday pressers. They're basically laying up their treasure in earth. The scripture said, "Lay up your treasure in heaven, what moths do and what thieves cannot break through and steal." So if you have all of that faith in your doomsday press and all of those cans and stuff like that, basically your faith is in the wrong thing. Your faith is not on your how about you outside. All right, if you have faith in your how about you outside, can't nobody steal that from you. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. That's what the scripture says, man.
Like you said, it's like you have raiders. You got this stuff packed up, and somebody coming up with a bunch of guns, catch you slipping, and take all your little Roman noodles.
Let that solar panel show that you got life and everybody else gonna die.
They come.
You know what's gonna happen, man. So real quick, it's Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19, and it says, "Lay not up for yourself treasure upon earth." And that the scripture can tell you this. Lay not up for yourself a treasure upon earth, right? Where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. So this is Yahweh Shah. He's giving you the blueprint right here. So yeah, it's nothing wrong with doing any doomsday prepping, but your treasure, your preparation needs to be in Yahweh Shah. That's more important than anything else. All right, in verse 20, it says, "But lay up for yourself treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do it corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal." Verse 21. "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." And you can't forget that word heart is the Hebrew word lav, which is basically your mind, body, and spirit. So wherever your mind is on, that's where your heart is at. All right. So if your mind is not on your how about you outside, you're basically going to fall to the snares and the trap in the earth, man.
But you got that crown from Yahweh Shah. Ain't no mortal man take that. Ain't no thief take that, man. That's something given from the Most High, and the one begotten Son. That's gifted to you.
I love how you brought up that crown, because that crown represents that wisdom and knowledge right there. All right. And even Yahweh Shah even said, "Ask and it shall be given unto you, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you." You know, when he tells you those things, that basically telling you he's gonna, if you ask for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, he's gonna open it up to you, and you're gonna be able to get all the wisdom that you need, man.
All right. That also goes to that crown, also goes to rulership.
Yeah.
That established rulership, man. You're gonna start to establish a whole settlement, a whole kingdom right here on earth. Once you get that type of spiritual power. Nothing's greater than spiritual power. Nothing on this earth, no earthly means. That's why I don't understand people that fall out. That is true. I really don't. There's nothing in this world compared to what the Lord about to give up. Why would you give up rulership? Why would you give up spiritual power? Like that's you can't even put that in the box. That's not something like you try to define like that. That's something that's divine that you got to be given. And when you're in the truth, like you said earlier, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you got a good chance of getting that, man. So to get it though, you got to continue. You got to keep the faith, man. You can't cast the faith out. That's like casting off your crown. That's why he said, "Behold, I come quickly." Would say, "Make sure no man take thy crown." Lucy paraphrasing.
Yeah, that goes back into that parable too, man, because it says that the parable of the seed, when it said the seeds, some seed fell on stony ground, and then some seeds withered away, and some seeds choked up. And then Yahweh Shah broke down those parables. And one of those parables, we talked about how somebody they recruited in there, and then they allowed somebody to knock them out.
Yeah, I talked about that yesterday, man. That's very powerful, man. Very powerful. Try to bringing that out. Like you said, some people be in the truth and they'll let a two-thirds represent some meat, get their ear, man. Y'all not gonna do it, man. Y'all need to look like y'all crazy, man. Come over here. They got it set up.
And it's in their action too, because you know how Yahweh Shai used to say, "You shall know them by their fruit." And so it's in their action. So they really like weed because they always coming up with a scripture that will try to choke you up every time.
Bring out carnal meat, make some space, do some space today. Crazy, man. Get your weaponry up. But if there's a dude that one dude that's supposed to be the Hebrew like, oh, he's like, y'all think y'all supposed to be doing something? Why you ain't arm yourself stupid? There was a dude that had no faith. He wanted to be in this arena. He had to look. When he put prisons on the dog, he thinking if I got the aesthetic, I'm good. But then the Lord revealed that he ain't got no faith. So he really wasn't about what he was talking about. He just used it like a disguise. You got what Alazar from Sakari done fell out, showing that he never really had no faith. He just used it to get money. And
then what Apostle John said, well, I think it's John 7:24, when it said, "Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment." There it is, right there. It ain't about what that individual look like. It's what the spirit is telling you, or how truly that person really is, man.
Plus, if you throw away this truth, that's like Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah looking at you in disgust, like you just had everything, and motherfucker just threw it away from earthly beings. Then I turn my face to you. You look real bad, man.
I got to preach out there, back you up with that. Man, this is Luke chapter 9 and verse 62. And Yahweh Shah said unto him, "No man having put in his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh Shah."
You're not fit for this thing if you pick up the plow and put it down, man. You started this work and then you just left it because you wanted to chase, like that one dude, man, who left the truth and decided to go back into music and made a little beat or something. He thought he had some money. That shit was horrible, man. That shit was horrible.
Did he smoke weed?
Yeah, he was smoking weed on there. Like, you had the truth, boy. You chose to lead the truth for that. Boy, that's crazy, man.
Low level, man. So straight retarded.
Now the Lord looking at you sideways like you wasn't even ever a part of it. I got a quick one to back it up. It goes perfect with that precept. This is Hebrews 11:6. It says, "And without faith, it is impossible to please. It is impossible to please Him, man. So without faith and without having this truth, it's impossible to please Yahweh. And a lot of people think that they can just please the Lord just for some lip service, or just because they go to church, or just because they read a precept. Nah, man, you gotta have faith in this thing wholeheartedly, to where you cast down the world and follow the Lord. And you don't care what nobody is saying. A lot of people care with the people of the world is. But read it on. It says it is possible to please Him, for whoever would draw near unto Yahweh must believe that He exists and that his reward goes to seek Him. So you gotta seek the Lord. So you can't just cast away and get rid of it. It makes you have almost like a black eye on the phone. The Lord looking at you like that. It's disgusting. Get out of this way. You ain't fit for the kingdom like that.
I got this right here. Faithful. It's for Solomon. 3:9. They that put their trust in Him to understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with Him, for grace and mercy is to His saints, and He have care for His elect. So right there, the Lord said, man, He said abide in what, man? He said be faithful in love, and abide in that grace and that mercy. That's what we all up under right now, grace and mercy, man. The law can't save us, but we can't keep the law's commandments perfect. So, it's best you doing, best your ability, but the law ain't gonna save you. Got a lot of people like think they keep the law that's gonna save them. When really you can't keep the law perfect. That's why I said be faithful. Because what the Lord really looking for is that faith, man. Do you believe in me? Once you got real genuine faith, you're gonna naturally produce works. It's like a tree that's gonna produce some fruit. It's gonna naturally come out, man, because that's showing your faith right there. And then you gotta keep it too. Like I said, there's a lot of people that came in here, did their little thing, and then went right back in the world. You know, Lord is not delighted in that. I think those gonna get beat with many stripes because it's worse. He said it's worse for those that knew the truth and left the truth. You know, loose paraphrasing, and that's bad work right there, man. That's like I said, that's nasty. So if you're in the truth, it's best to continue in the truth, man. All the way to you on a chariot, man, which the world ignorant first was the UFO. You know, that's how you're supposed to continue. You got to go all the way through. You know, not halfway, not half stepping. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit, and I don't, man. That's all I keep saying. I don't understand. Go back into the world. Go back into what, man? The world is polluted. It's corrupted, man. Ain't nothing good in the world. You got to go back to what? GMO food? Go back to what? A bunch of polluted, angry women. They got a bunch of spirits in them. Go back to what, man? Go back to a society where they tax the mess out of you. Your paycheck get taxed. When you go buy something, you get taxed. Even if you park somewhere, you're going to get taxed.
Go back go back into a kingdom ran by Esau Edom that's dying, man. It's dead. All right. There ain't no life in this motherfucker.
This is real quick. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21. And it says, for it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness, than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandments delivered unto them. But it happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog returned to his own vomit again, and the soul that watches her wallow in the mire. And right here, when it says, but it's better for them to have not known the ways of righteousness. And that's what y'all was going into earlier when he said that, because you would have been better off not joining the truth than versus when you joined the truth and then you took your hand off the plow. That's a bad place to be in. All right, because the scriptures also said, now there remain no more clothes for your sin. Now you're in a place where you can't. Y'all about to be outside, it's going to basically turn you into mystical food. All right? And so once you did that, you came into the truth, and then you went back into the world, and you're that dog that returned to his own vomit. You ever seen a dog that's just rolling around in shit or mud? That's basically what you are when you turn back to the truth, man.
Pretty much. Like the old saying, it's too hot, get out the kitchen. It got too hot for them, and they got up out of their kitchen.
Yep.
Oh, that's weak. Go there and dealing with those, man. Didn't he say they should be tried in the first of adversity? Yeah. That's the Lord saying, hey, get you out of the kitchen, you got to get out. So he only want those that can stand it, be sweating, you know what I'm saying? You sweating, but you still get that meal cooked. Yeah. You still get the job done. Lord, like, yeah, he deserves a crown. Those that run out the kitchen, nah, those are not with me, man. Those are weak men. The Lord is not about to give a crown to a weak man.
I got a quick one that goes into that. This is James 1 and 12. Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial. For when he has stood the test, he will receive a crown of life.
Ooh, that's what we want. That's what we want, man. You go ahead and break that down.
I'm gonna read a little more. It says, when Yahweh has promised, which Yahweh has promised to those who love him, let no one say when he is tempted, I am being tempted by Yahweh, for Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, and he himself tempted no one. But each person is tempted when he is lured and enticed by his own desires, man. So you don't think that the Lord is doing that. You just looking at the world and like, man, I don't got this because I'm in the truth. I can't do this because I'm in the truth. And now your ass is back in the world. So you don't. That's your fault. It says, then desire when he is conceived by Yahweh's birth to sin, and sin when it is fully grown for death. Do not be deceived, my beloved brother. The point is, blessed the man who remains steadfast. You gotta be rooted and grounded in this truth. You gotta be rooted and grounded. No wavering.
I got one to go back. I quoted it right back up what you just put up, man. Ecclesiasticus on Sirach 2 and 5. But gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. They're going to what the ox said, man. That good purple he said when he talking about the 2 out in the kitchen, they got to get out. The Lord wants those that can stay in the kitchen and take that heat. Because he said, what he said right there? He said, for gold is tried in the fire. Because been in that heat, man, it's gonna strengthen you. It's gonna burn out those impurities. Because that's you going through something. That's a trial you're going through. That's the Lord testing to see, like, is he fit to be one of my pillars in the kingdom of heaven? Let me test him out. He said, acceptable men. Lord want to go accept those that can take the heat. You got a lot of weak men that they'll come with their lip service. Oh, yeah, I'm this and that, like, oh, dude, I'm really Hebrew. I'm this and I'm that. Or that other one, who was that fell out? The body, they didn't even let the name.
Body in Yahweh Shah.
Yeah, one body. Remember, they quit going on the highway and head before he was talking about it. I'm the hardest and this and that. GMS girl. Yeah, I go for the hood. He talked all that noise. Now here comes Esau, where they give him a little mayor position, and he cast everything away. He took all the men with him. They quit going to the highway and hedges, like, because he quit, his whole congregation quit. And we had seen to the spirit like they wasn't 100. I knew that dude was going to fall out. If you look up, he did. For a funky mayor position, it goes to what Aqua saying Ecuador. Like this country's collapsing. What the hell you want a mayor position for when like the whole political system collapsing, America collapsing? Like, so you lead the truth to go get a mayor position?
You pretty much lining yourself up with Trump and that kind of shit. You pretty much casting the Lord behind
it for a political system. Where Esau gonna fight you tooth and nail. What was he? They was in Dallas, Texas.
Yep.
Come on, man. You think Esau gonna allow that? So you just put more evils on yourself to serve Esau's system, and all he gonna give you, we already know how he gonna do. You in Texas, homeboy. Then he might like, we don't want no nigger being a mayor. So you gonna get all kinds of hate mail, all kinds of arguing, gonna get nothing passed. Just you can sit in some goddamn office and be like, I'm a mayor. And then like, you might only be mayor for 3 months. They might get rid of you and bring in the Edomite. And after that, I don't want to hear no, well, I'm back in the truth, y'all. Nah, man, you out of here. You cook.
Scripture called that a double-minded man, was in the book of James when he said a double-minded man is an unstable in all his ways. And then even in the book of Sirach, which is going to bring this back full circle, right? Because this is Ecclesiastica, aka Sirach, chapter 2, and we start at verse 12. And it said, woe be to the fearful heart and faint hand and sinners that go in 2 ways. And the Lord said, woe be unto them. So that guy, one body, he went 2 ways. The Lord got a major destruction for every individual that went back into the world, man. Because they went 2 ways, right? And in verse 13, and it said, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. Man, so that's heavy right there, right? Not only did you go 2 ways, you went back into the world, and now when shit hit the fan, the Lord is not going to defend you. So that means you fair game. That means you basically in a lot of the 2/3. What the scripture say about 2/3? The 2/3 of the nation of Israel is going to be cut off and die. And that's why it said, woe be to you that faint-hearted. All right, and we know. And it said, woe unto you that have lost patience. What will you do when the Lord, how about y'all visit you? Hey, the Lord gonna, when you read the book of Jeremiah 23rd chapter, where he talk about those pastors that scattered the flock, the Lord got a crazy judgment coming, man. First Peter 4:17, where he talks about the Lord is going to visit the house of the nation of Israel, right? And he said, what did the sinner and the ungodly appear? Where would the sinner and the ungodly appear? They're in Jacob's trouble. They're in those nuclear missiles. That's what's going to happen to them, man, right? And then this is for those who endure, okay? And it says, verse 15, and it said, they that fear the Lord, Yahweh will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. And that's full circle right there.
What's the ways, laws, and commandments? Yahweh that's going to be instituted once kingdom of heaven comes. And I want to elaborate on, we got to do people with faint-hearted mean. Faint, that means weak. Like I said earlier, heart goes into your mind. So basically, we're saying, those that are weak-minded. And the majority of our people are weak-minded, man. And notice some adversity comes, trouble comes, where Esau at? They look for Esau's police force, military force to save them, man. They don't look to the Holy One of Israel.
And if you really think about it, though, the faint-hearted, weak-minded even Shawak, I think it's Shawak, the 25th chapter, about the 20th verse, where it said, give me any plague but the plague of the heart. That right there, if you're weak-minded, that's what it's going into. The plague of the heart, meaning that you have, like anybody can influence you to do any type of bullshit. So he actually prayed for that. He said, give me any plague but the plague of the heart. Give me any weakness but the weakness of the woman. Those are the two main things.
I'm gonna go ahead and quote it, brought it out. Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 25:13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. So Lord gave us two big clues right there on some plagues that you don't want. The worst of the worst plague. And I know that to be true. Like, you just know that to be true looking at the world, man. When your mind is messed up, your body and everything else gonna be messed up. Because your mind is where the decisions is made. So say if you let Esau take away your manhood for some type of deal, record deal, sports deal, any type of, living. Once that happens and you ain't really like that, your mind is all messed up, man. You're not gonna forget, some old Edomite, back there sweating on your backside, man, to the pain in your anus. Right. You're gonna think about that. Now you're gonna be like, dang, I ain't a man. When you look in the mirror, now like all kind of bad, your mind is gonna always go to the place that ain't supposed to go to, a dark place. And then it said, any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. The Lord let us know, like, the wicked of the two genders is a woman. She can commit wickedness on a whole high level because she's the most lustful. Women are all about comfort. They're all about lust. And then you gotta look at Lot's situation. I mean, was that Lot? I'm thinking of, yeah. Oh, Job. Yeah, Lot's wife and Job. I'm thinking of Job. Job's wife told him, curse the Most High and die. So women always look to, like, that's why I noticed the Lord got men set this thing up. Because our faith is on a whole nother level. Women don't have a measure of faith that a man got. It's a true statement, man.
That's why they're the weaker vessel, because they make emotional decisions. That's what it's very impulsive. Versus the man, that's why he said, the least of my flock are men. The reason why is because the men, regardless of their emotions, you got men out here, regardless of their emotions, he's gonna probably be in a bad relationship, but I guarantee he's gonna get up, he's gonna pay the bill, regardless of how you feel. And that's why the Lord rely on men. That's why it's a man, women, and child. That's the Lord.
But the man will stand adversity. The woman gonna always see comfort. You hear women all the time, I'm not happy. Right. Women gonna look for happy.
Right. The man, he'll let that woman grab him down. Right. That's why that scriptures that goes into how many men have ran out of their wits behind women.
All right. And then we got a perfect example of a man that didn't let that happen. Right? You look at King David. He had women problems too, but he didn't let none of that drag him down. He cut that woman off. Cursed him. Like, nah, help her. I'm about to stick to the Lord. That's how we gotta be, man. And another one thing that it make you, I like how the Lord put that in there. Another one thing when disaster hits and society crumbles and MOTV get made mandatory, the women gonna be the number one people persuade people to get that MOTV. She gonna be like, you love me and you love your family, you get that mark of the beast. We gotta eat. Be a good father. You know what I'm saying? Put that Bible down. They're gonna be like, Job, curse the Most High and die. I need this mark of the beast. We gotta eat. We need shelter. And the woman gonna be hollering for that, man. And a lot of dudes, they weak behind women, like I brought out, they're gonna go take that. Just like that's why the Lord put that example of Adam and Eve. Because he don't want us to be like Adam. We in this cursed position because Adam went for the forbidden fruit based on Eve, giving it to him. That box, man, it's something.
If you go back you up right here, this is Ecclesiastes, aka Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 24. And it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
See, backing it up. I'm not making a blanket statements. I'm not on man, women, hating stuff. We just stating facts and stating the truth. That's what it is. That's why Esau goes to the woman first. I noticed that when you read like the Willie Lynch letter. Like this devil know what works, man.
It literally says that in the Willie Lynch letter, man. We would negotiate with the woman only. It literally says that.
And I know that they follow their game plan all the way to what we at now. You look at the hood. Have you talking about like before camp opened up, everything is a matriarch?
Yeah.
Like Esau deals with the woman because she can be swayed because she doesn't have that steadfast faith that a man got. A man got conviction. Once a man like really his faith really locked on, like man, this is what it is, man. How about y'all? Nothing else. Ain't nothing gonna sway it. Even death ain't gonna sway that. So, Esau, the devil, he like, man, I ain't gonna deal with that. Let me go to the woman. I give her like all kinds of deals and benefits, and here goes some housing, or here goes some food. I'll feed you. I do all of this, you know, and the woman don't give a damn.
Now chop them niggas up.
God, and she'll do it gladly. Why? Cause she ain't got no faith. They all been heard the word like we heard it, but they're not gonna hold to it like that because it don't benefit them. They want like carnal benefits right now. See, with the Lord, you get spiritual benefits that come later on, and you can't see it. A woman, I noticed, she got to go by what she can see. If she can't see it, it counts for nothing. She's like, you broke, nigga. You be like, man, I'm supposed to come into some money. She's like, you ain't got no money now, broke, nigga. You know, and she'll clown that dude.
They can't think 2 and 3 months ahead, let alone 5 years ahead.
God, then all of a sudden, dude come with some money, here she come crawling back. You sure look good, baby. Yeah, man, I was like, man, I ain't taking that Lord like that. He's gonna deal like that. If you ain't rocking the Lord right now, you can't wait till the Lord is here and he handed out crowns. You come, oh Lord, I want one too.
I wish I said it back. He that would not worship me. He said, Luke paraphrasing, he that would not worship me in front of their friends. He said, I would deny you in front of the Father. Luke paraphrasing.
God, see, backing up the scriptures, man. Showing you that the Lord ain't dealing with that, man. You're gonna rock now through the hard time. That's the Lord want, man. Roll with me now. Yeah, you're gonna be on the bottom, but you're gonna get what you need. You know, we ain't rich. We ain't just like super poor. We all us brothers up here got shelter and something to eat, but we ain't like, you know, balling like, you know, a Elon Musk or a Bill Gates. And we're not trying to in this kingdom. It probably do nothing.
Another quick quote I'm quoting is Yahweh Shai said, if this was my kingdom, then my servants will fight. If it's not my kingdom, then my kingdom is not from this. Then my kingdom is not of this world. So us trying to, you know, build up, you know, economic and in society, it's not that time for that, man. Right now is the time for get right for Yahweh Shai. So when he come back, we'll be right. Then we can start building our kingdom when he come back. But right now, we're not in that.
Yeah, without no opposition. Because we did it before.
Right.
And what happened? He saw, blew it up.
Blew it down.
Because that was the Lord like, this ain't what I told y'all to do, man. He wants 2 Chronicles 7:14. Seek my face. Seek my name.
Seek first the kingdom.
God, then you be able to build. And to me, that's better. Then we be able to build without, you know, having to worry about a fucking airstrike. Or worry about the troops coming up. What you doing, boy? You know, Esau going to be eliminated at that point. So that's better than me. So I rather build with the Lord. That way, when it's time to really build the kingdom of heaven, we can build it up. It's going to be everlasting. I ain't got to worry about Esau coming and, you know, kicking over my blocks or, you know, destroying what I done made. So what we doing, we suffering now to fall out later. A lot of people, foreign people in the world be like, man, that don't even make no damn sense. They all like, it's my money, I need it now. So, I don't care what I got to do to get it. If I got to go kiss ass to the white man, that's what I'm going to go do. And they'll get it, they Bugatti, you know, try to clown on us. And then all of a sudden, you look at American system, society collapsing. And you know, World War III is about to the climax. And then they're going to be looking at us, where them prophets at, man, I'm sorry, man, I should have served the Lord. You know, I done lost my little Bugatti. What's the use of flexing when the whole world is in shambles? Who's going to be stunned then? You stunned at that time, you're going to get your stuff to.
Might not.
Exactly. So what's the point of having some 28-inch rims in a decaying kingdom? Right. And having like, you know, I got about $2 million on my neck. Right. I got a $250,000 on my wrist. Flick at my wrist, you know, they be doing the little rap games, flicking the wrist, yeah, all that little stupid stuff. Like, what good is that when the whole kingdom is through?
You got 28-inch tires. Drive down the street and pop your tire on a big ass pothole from Esau's infrastructure. There's no use.
God, you got a little thin, what you got, little thin tires.
Man, your whole shit spend money on is fucked up.
Crack the rim, like I said, like what, man? And then you done threw away like having a chariot, man. Like ain't no car compared to a chariot. You know, I'd rather have a chariot than a car. So that's we putting up, you know, we stacking up for that. We putting our works on that. Our mindset is on that. I want something that ain't gonna break down. I want something I ain't gotta take no goddamn oil in it. It don't take no oil. You know what I'm saying? Transmission. I say all these cars, the prep when they break down easy. And it's like the newer the car, the more it's gonna break down. It costs an arm and leg to fix.
And the boy, he's not gonna have control of it too.
God,
If you rely on those cars, you know how he thought geared into that beat system right there. Just so you can rely on him and not how about you out shop.
I got a kill switch in the car. You
Yeah.
got your car really like you got a Tesla. I told old lady, so you got a Tesla. That ain't your car. You got a muscle car, man. And it's self-driving. I mean, he can do whatever that car he want to do with it whenever it's time.
And Tesla is the most controlled car right now. But all these other cars, they starting slowly but surely getting control of them cars too. But the minute we were just talking about that last week, the minute you get a new car part, you can put it on, but if it have a computer chip in it, you're not gonna be able to use that part. That's how bad it is. Meaning that he's all got control of the code for your car. He's not gonna own that either.
I gotta go to him for basic. That's how you get taxed even more. This devil's so greedy, all he's doing is extracting more and more money out of you. So who want to be in a system like that? And then these 2/3 think, well, all I gotta do is like sell out more and get more money. And it's a repeated cycle of you having to do a bunch of heinous acts. You got to go mess with children, drink blood, do little rituals. That stuff ain't cool, man. Might that do a blood transfusion with some old nasty Edomite in a tub in order to be in your position. Or you might put his pants down, like, yeah, you gotta, suck on that. That's horrible living, man. Horrible living. You gonna walk out disgrace. And for what? For some money that really in a minute they're gonna say we ain't even dealing with that no money no more. We went digital. So your paper money don't even matter.
It was like your gold and silver is cankered.
Cankered, man. You did it for nothing, man. You stuck with it. Now your mind is flat. Because you remember the sounds you made when you was doing that.
You got a bunch of motherfucking fire starters and shit. Some fuel for your fire, some damn paper. That money it's only good for a second. It's only paper. After a while, it's gonna turn to digital, and you ain't gonna what's that money for you? All that money you got under the bed and your pillow, it's nothing.
They put the money to they hear all the little silly stuff, and then like you said, I just gonna be like, firm.
Yeah, they gonna put that in a barrel like one of them homeless motherfuckers, and be standing over it.
And really ain't even good fire fuel because it burn real quick. You're gonna need like a log or something of charcoal. The money gonna burn quickly. So it's really it's really gonna be useless, man. So why serve mammon? It's the old school term for money. Why serve that when you can serve a living power that's gonna give you everything you need, man? Like shelter, food, kingdom. You're gonna get probably women that's not defiled. Women gonna get a righteous man that's gonna be in rulership. Like he gonna call the shots.
Yeah, not properly. You are gonna get that. Everybody gonna have them new bodies, new everything. So
God,
you only get a woman that's not defiled.
So then, you get a man where he got to stamp the heathen stuff to where they gonna go. You gonna hand out passports. Like, yeah, you get a little temporary visa to go over this brother's kingdom, then you got to come back. Like, why would you want to get that up?
But Jake on the money.
Exactly. On some real gold and silver, real secrets, real money. Why would you get that up? You could be on the council where, they got to consult with Israelites on what they want to do. Like, bastard, they gonna call us Lord again. Lord, can we build over here? Can we have this? And to me, that's much better than anything in this kingdom, man. But you're only gonna get that if you got faith, man. And see, everything we just said, we believe in that. A lot of people hear us say that, like, man, this dude's delusional. You ain't getting no birds, and you ain't getting no palace. You's a broke nigga, you gonna die a broke nigga, man. You gotta get a record deal to get that shit. Nigga, you gotta go to the white man to get that, man. Nigga, ain't no invisible man out the sky coming to give you that. You crazy. They gonna look crazy when them skies crack and that master chariot show up. Then they gonna be, oh man, I messed up. I made an error. Let me go back and placate and see if I can get in good. Like, I don't remember what you said. I could say every word a man has to account for it. So Now you condemn yourself, man. Man, he saw your covering. You went to Egypt for help. You didn't go to the Most High because it ain't gonna come in. So that's why like one of y'all read that piece who said patience. Man, you gotta have patience in this thing, man. We got apostles and others been doing this for 40 and 30 years. They've been patient waiting on the kingdom of heaven to come.
And then, and I love how Apostle Bar always break down that word patience. And patience means to suffer. So, because you read you read in the book of Shabbat, the first chapter, when it said, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." That goes into patience. That goes into patience, which is suffering, man. We got to suffer for the name of Yahweh Shai until you come back, man.
The hopeful elect, they actually rejoice in suffering because it builds you up and it makes you strong.
Yeah, make it resilient. And patience and suffering, that goes, you gotta wait. Lord said you gotta wait on me.
I got a quick one that goes into that, which is Romans 5:3. It says, not only that, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that sufferings produce endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And what do we hope in? We hope in that salvation.
I love
that
that.
hope is faith.
Man, that's beautiful, I love that right there because it says, so we'll read that again, patience endurance and suffering.
Yeah, this is the ESV. It says, not only that, but we rejoice in our suffering, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope.
Man, that's beautiful right there. And that right there, that's the pure definition of edification. Edification means build up. And that's exactly what the patience and the suffering is doing, is building you up. So you to be an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity, just like how y'all just read earlier. That's beautiful, man. Like that. Hey, that's a beautiful verse right there. I like that verse. He says the ESV.
Yeah, the ESV version.
I got one right here. It shows you, man, like you're never gonna stop, like getting fed from the Lord, man. Getting this faith with not understand. It's gonna always continue a thing until he gets that crown of life, which then is gonna be complete. So you go to Proverbs 4:7, it says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding." You can't get enough of that. You gotta always keep getting it until we meet Yahweh. That's when it's complete. That's when you're gonna finish, man. So then we always in that get mode. Do what? Get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Because what it do, like the precept I read, it builds up your faith, and faith builds your endurance, and your endurance builds character. That's gonna shape and mold you into what Yahweh wants us to be.
Think about how you build character. Your character has to go into the experience that you go through when you're going through all of these atrocities of America and Babylon the Great. That's why I said rejoice and be glad when you're going through those things, because you're gaining the experience. And so once you see it again, you're like, oh, I've seen this before. I know what to do.
What it say? Count it all joy when you go with the temptation.
But what the Lord is doing is building us to deal with Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is going to be like something serious, man.
Right.
It's going to be like worse than anything that's been on the face of the planet since civilization. And right now, the Lord's building us up to deal with that.
Not only Jacob's trouble, but the hour of temptation. That's going to be a major thing right there. You're going to be tempted on every level to try to get that MOTV. Your woman, your job, should just probably billboards. Get the chip or else. So you're going to have a president probably say that shit, because he said that with the juice. My patience is wearing thin. Get it, man. You know what I mean? So the Lord is building us up for that.
Housing, drive a car, you can probably need the MOTV. Your whole life back on the great. It's probably going to be based around that MOTV. And you got to have the endurance to like say no to that. Put your backpack on and be a pilgrim upon the earth like the Lord told you to be. And everybody gonna be clowning you. You gotta have total faith in the Lord at that point.
And that right there, having that total faith, and that's a righteous reward at the end of it. I'm gonna read it real quick. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, and this is red letter. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. He said, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." And there you go. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. and I will keep you from the hour of temptation. Not only we're keeping his word, but remember the second Peter chapter 3 and verse 9, where he says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promises. That's why when we keep his word of his patience, he's not going to slack on his promises. That means that one of his promises, he's going to keep you from the hour of temptation, meaning he's going to protect you. He's going to send his angels, right? In Psalms the 91st chapter. You know, he's going to give his angel charge to protect you in those days, man. You got to have faith and believe in that.
Keep you in all your ways, it says.
Like I said, they keep going defense, defending. Now keep you kept. That's what we want, man. That's what we desire from you. How about y'all shot? Because he said, I'll redeem you from the famine out here, redeem you from the sword. He's going to be out here throwing a hissy fit because you never know he could. You know his kingdom is over with. That's why earlier I was looking at one devil that was going to say something. They rolled it out. I'm looking like, don't get cut up, dude. That's going to happen. Y'all cook. It's over with. Everybody can see that you finished, man. You might want to hear a bunch of your reload your live. You out of here. See, if you some weak man, he saw come over here and, we'll do this, y'all, I'm do that, and then I'll spook us out the truth. You know, that's what they do with weak men. They scare them off the block. But we over and moving around in the space, man. I gave the devil look, the spirit like, nah, keep it pushing. They kept on moving down the way, but they wanted to say something. I heard them say they're gonna meet
They roll by fast as hell on the little cycle and then turn around.
They said, stop. I was watching that. They talking about the meat Israelites. I was like, okay, let's see if they're gonna come, like try to come against it. But they heard that spirit going out, and they like, I ain't gonna even try, man. We're gonna get cut up.
I got a quick one though that goes into everything we're going. This is Galatians 6 and 9. It says, let us not grow weary in well doing, for in due season we will reap if we faint not. Let us not grow weary in well doing, man. So we can't faint and grow tired of what we're doing. Have people come down on you like, damn, am I really doing the right thing? You gotta have faith in this and know that you're gonna reap in due season, like the precept said. Like, we're doing this for the kingdom. And you can't let nobody shake you out of this truth. You can't, get tired and fall down at the last little bit. We on the anchor leg, man. We on the last little go around of the track, man. We almost there. We almost at the finish line. Can't be weak and fall out at this moment. We gotta continue to endure and stand fast and believe on Yahweh, while Yahweh shine his word that he'll protect it.
You just said they got a preacher to go right into that, man. It's Job 5 and 15. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. Verse 16. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth from mouth. Verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastity of the Almighty. So you can't get mad when we bring adversity your way, man. That's him shaking you up. Deal with what whatever you got to deal with in front of you, man. You got to do what? He said he saved the poor from the sword and did all that so they'll have what? Hope. Hope that we are the hopeful elect, that we will receive the kingdom of heaven. That type of, that we will get a crown of life. That we can subdue our enemies, man. That's our hope right there. And Lord said, man, keep that. Don't let nobody take that. Don't let nobody scare you out your faith, scare you away from having hope. I know that's the one thing that offends the 2/3. 2/3 cannot stand it. Here's why they got hope, man. They got that crab in a bucket mentality. Like, nah, man, you got to cast that off. Be like us, man. I'm downtrodden. You be downtrodden too. Don't be acting like you older than me. I read the Bible. You go hit the highway and hedge. Be like, hey, man, you could do it too. This the lot that I'm in. It's in the same light. You want to be thinking, I'm going to choose to be right. And it is what it is. You stay over there, I'm going to stay over here. They like, well, I ain't going to be foolish no more. Like, bye. I don't need to run anyway. You're a bunch of bad energy. You know what I'm saying? You come in this truth, man, we're going to lose a lot of things. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose family. But yeah, all the loss don't compare to what you're going to gain.
Look at Job. Job is a perfect example. He lost his whole family, and then he got it back tenfold. And even King David, Even King David said it was in Psalm 37:25. He mentioned that he said, I have not seen the righteous begging bread. He said, I am old, but I have not seen the righteous begging bread.
And that's so true. Because I've never starved, and I've never like begged for no food. And it's been times when I'm like younger 20s, I didn't have no job, man. I didn't have nothing going on. But yeah, it was always a plate for me. It was always something for me. Bill to get paid some type of way. Grandma hit me up like, hey, I've been thinking about your grandson. You need a plate? Like I sure do, Grandma. I've never starved, y'all. So that precept really sticks to me. And I got like, family and friends, 2/3, where they don't really starve, man. They don't really like went out there and like did bad.
Classmate. I don't know if y'all remember when we were downtown, it was the classmate. He kept on saying he was over there talking to himself. And he was like, I was like, yeah, man, it's my classmate, man. He bugged out. He had a hole on the shirt and all of that. That don't be the statement that you third if you resist his word. You ain't got this word in, man, basically you're gonna be asked out. Remember, the Lord said you will not be defeated.
Best remain with the Lord, man. It's true. If you think like that, when you get little bitty victories, build that onto your faith, man. Don't let that go like something light or nothing like that. Nah, look at that and build on that, man. Like, the Lord ain't never let me starve. The Lord ain't never let me be hungry. So why should I get scared when taking trouble come and think that He's not gonna do it then? He doing it now, He gonna do it then. And that's what the Lord saying, because faith going to trust. If you got faith in something, you trust in that. Like, man, I got faith in that basketball player gonna hit 50. I got faith in the baseball player gonna hit that home run. That means you trust in that. And you gonna, see it through. That's how the Lord's looking at it, man. When the Lord wants faith, He wants that trust. Do you trust in me? That I'm gonna defend you? That I'm gonna, take care of you? And I'm gonna give you everything I promised you? You really believe that? And those that really believe that, that's what the Lord wants, man. And those are the faithful servants, man. They trust in the Lord. And everybody loves trust. Man, as men, we love when women trust us. When a woman got faith in us and trust in us, we love that. Like, she believe in me. We don't like a woman that is always doubting us and I don't think you're gonna do this. No,
I hear out there and they got a rebuttal.
Yeah, we hate that shit, man. It's vexing. It's like dragging a dead horse. It's very vexing, man. You'll be looking like, why am I with this chick? Like, you don't believe in me. You don't trust in me. You don't think I can get the job done. Why am I dealing with you? Don't let no other chick come along that do believe in you.
When you make move without their input, when you make move without them knowing, I didn't know you were gonna do that. Why you didn't tell me? Shit,
you rebutted it. You messed up my motion in. What? You just threw a pipe wrench in my plan. That's why I didn't tell you about it. You don't believe in my plan. That's what the Lord wants us to believe on the report, the word, the Bible. The Lord didn't give us this Bible for us like, man, I like this part, but I don't like that part. I don't believe in this part, but I like that part. That shows you really don't trust in the Lord. Nobody wants somebody that they don't believe and trust in them.
Job said that perfect, man, because he when you quoted it earlier, when Job White said, curse the Most High and die, his response was, shall we not receive blessing and then receive curses on top of that? Because he basically broke it down. He was like, if the Lord, why would you be so foolish for the Lord to give us blessing and not be not cursing at the same time?
Yeah, what did he say? He said, we receive good at the hand of the Most High, so we not receive you.
God, that's it right there. Exactly. That's it. The water,
he checked it. Yep. If she was talking that crazy talk that, majority of women, they talk that, man. And I mean, I'm looking at how like a distrustful woman annoys us. It's the same way when you got an Israelite with the Lord. He's not delighted in them. Because they don't really believe in God, but they believe in Esau, man. That's that right there. They put trust in another man. That's another thing, man. You got a woman, she's like, oh, you can't get the job done, but Whoopty-Whoop can. Right. I'm going to call Whoopty-Whoop. What you going to say today? Well, okay, that's okay. You go to Whoopty-Whoop house then. Get the hell away from me, man. I want to deal with you. Go over there. You believe in him, then go to him. That's the Lord. I think he said, go to your idols. Yep. That you believed in.
With you serve.
Yeah.
I think that Judge chapter 10 to 13 or something like that.
Yes, the Lord said, go with, Egypt or Pharaoh. Go with your God you believe in. He's going to say that to a whole bunch of Israelite women. They believe in witchcraft.
They go down to Egypt for help.
Yeah. Go to that. The ones that believe on me, Watch what they get. Because we suffering right now for the Lord. The Lord know that. He know it. But he's doing that to build us up. Because he's about to give us something that's like very, very precious. The Lord about to give us rulership, man. You can't get into no regular nigga. Because he'll bring nigga stuff into the situation. Twerking. Like he ain't a changed man. He'll bring all that stuff the Lord don't like into the kingdom. Have pig feet. You know what I'm saying? Smoking the weed. And you know, everybody talking crazy, out of order. A nigga bring that right into the kingdom of heaven. So then there'll be no change. The Lord wants change.
They thinking they bring what Tupac Thug Man.
Yeah, they want thug match kingdom of heaven. Lord ain't dealing with that, man. Lord getting rid of that, man. We get clean stuff, righteous stuff. So I'm looking for those that clean their act up right now. I'm not bringing no niggas into the kingdom of heaven. Lord bringing in righteous, noble, regal Israelites that's ready to be that royalty. Because we ready to get the kingdom of heaven. We're going to change the way we talk and everything. We're going to set all of Babylon the Great on. Kingdom of heaven going to look totally different than what we're dealing with here in Babylon the Great. And that's why, well, look, all that stuff I just said is because I believe in that, man. I got faith in that. The Lord gonna change everything up, man. We're not gonna deal with a bunch of gun-tote niggas and twerking little females, little ratchet females. We're not gonna keep dealing with that. That's coming to an end. We're gonna see righteousness, man. We're not dealing with LGBT alphabet agenda. They're not going to the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna see righteousness, man. We're gonna be giving our daughters to other righteous men. You know, doing dowries and ceremonies.
They're gonna be well taken care of too.
Exactly. We're gonna have everything. We have all the resources. You can't have all the resources here on this side. Esau got all the resources. You think you're gonna let a nigga have all the resources? You got your rabbit mind.
Do the kamikazes themselves before they do that.
Exactly. They give you a little bit to keep the illusion. They're like, look at Oprah. You know, now it's coming out Oprah a sellout. Everybody's seen it. Kevin Hart got out to be a sellout. Did that roast. So the Lord is like showing like all these celebrities nothing but little pieces for Esau to keep the rest of 2/3 in subjection. All of the Island Man files is coming out. These dudes done got their backs blew out for their little money. So everybody looking like, man, that glorious about your position.
Yeah. You can deal with a little kid, nigga.
Exactly. Ain't nothing good about you, man. Then your money about to go. That was casting out, replacing you with AI. They got an AI musical artists. They're about to have AI actors, so you about to lose that little position. There's Esau, man. And Jake put their faith in that. We don't put our faith in that. We put our faith in Yahweh and the kingdom of heaven.
I'm gonna go ahead and read this because you both down this right here. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. And it says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not onto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Verse 7. Be not wise in thy own eyes, fear the Lord, and depart from evil, and it shall be health to thy navel, and marrow to thy bones.
And a lot of the 2/3, that's what they are. They're wise in their own eyes. Yep. They think they can make another way. What was that dude who said, in many ways, I think it was Steve Harvey, many ways to the kingdom of heaven. It's not. It's just a straight, narrow way. Like, so that's an example of being wise in your own eyes. That's why a lot of people fall after truth. They think I can make it another way if I can stack up this, or if I can get some money and do this, maybe I can defend myself a little bit and I can hold out and this and this. But that's not the case. You got to trust in the Lord.
Y'all, I don't want Esau's filthy stuff. He said, render unto Caesar what is Jesus. You know, so Lord, like, I don't want that paper, nigga. You done chopped up a tree to get that, man. I don't want that. That's not, no. You can't buy your way into heaven, man. You got to earn your way in. And to earn your way in, you got to have faith, and you got to endure all your trials and tribulations that come your way.
It said, be ye doers of the word and not hearers only.
God, you got to put in some works, man. You got to keep some laws, you know, serve the Lord. Put that word out there. You know, continue that legacy of Yahweh, man. Put that word in their ears. Like the person in the comment board talking about why y'all go places ain't that many people. And you got bad
quality. We got all these people behind. I've seen that boy.
Yeah, I'm like, man, shut up. Shut up, man. There's all kind of people out here, man. That's a low a low with little faith.
Right.
See, that's the person. That's perfect example. They need to see a lot of people. They want to see a big old crowd.
And don't even realize the Lord ain't gonna even save all them people. He said he's only gonna save a remnant.
Lord said, go out to the highways and hedges. We on the hedges, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the busiest places in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Exactly. But see, they want to see a big old crowd. See, they need to see a big crowd so they can believe. Because they got their group thing. If they don't see nobody here, they see us like, oh man, there ain't really no power like that. I just see 3 little broke dudes. Right. But if they had a crowd of 50 people like Brother Polite.
Yeah. IUIC or something.
Yeah, they want to see a big crowd. And that shows you ain't got faith, man. Because you need to see something in order to believe. When you should you should feel the spirit going out. Not I don't see that many people. I don't see a lot of people trust in crowd, the multitude. Like the crowd is with it, then I'll go with it. But if you ain't got that many people, then I ain't rolling.
Follow not a multitude to do it. So I mean, like, come on, man.
And this truth is so precious, it's not in the multitude, it's in the remnant, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
They don't understand that. See, that's a lack of understanding, a lack of faith. All they don't full display based on what you just typed in there, your counsel. We know you now.
I'm gonna see if I can click on it just so show on stage. And that's who it is right there. That'd probably be some edification after that.
Showed it on there?
Yeah, it should have popped up and told on there, but we'll have to see. We'll have to look at it later.
That's the way you can do that. But that's a perfect example. I notice when we do something, it's like something show up to really show what we're talking about. They need a big old crowd, man. We had to do with us. He wanted a big old crowd. He got, man, we should have lots of people up here. Y'all ain't got that many people. And like, bro, this truth is not in the multitude, it's in the remnant. A lot of people don't want the truth, man. Lord only dealing with that select few. We're not dealing with the crowd. The crowd has got to, be unalive.
That's why the scripture said 2/3 shall be cut off to die, but the 1/3 shall be left therein. That's a small number. Small number.
And all that, I might pull it out because he said he'll pass into the fire.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna go get that, man. We don't quote it a lot, so it's time to go get it. Right here, I'm gonna start at Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die, but the third should be left therein. Verse 9, I will bring the third part through the fire and refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they say, the Lord is my God. See there?
And that 1/3 is the remnant. That's the remnant right there. The Lord is only worried about the 1/3. He ain't worried about the whole nation of Israel.
He worried about a big crowd when the Lord, you should be worried about yourself, man.
Right.
The Lord said, seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Not worry about everybody else, and then if everybody else listening, I'm gonna listen.
Like, you get the message. That's why we out here. We're out here to preach the word. We ain't out here to, worry about trying to gather a crowd.
Exactly.
We're not out here for that.
To be a show of men.
Right.
And that shows you need a crowd to believe. You need to see a bunch of people listening, not knowing that, man, they didn't they was mad about Yahweh preaching, man.
Yep.
Yahweh the crowd, he drew the whole elect. And that was back in the ancient days. Now we're here where, Esau done ran Yahweh through the mud, man. Willie Lynch letter, hard bondage, chattel slavery. These Jakes broke down, man. You think they about to come and listen to this truth? When they done grew up on lies? No, man. Only the strongest, only the Lord said, only the whole elect gonna get this, man. And we're saying now we're rare. It's the third of Yahshua, man. That's a small number. And we're scattered throughout Babylon the Great. So you're not gonna see a bunch of maybe 30 hopeful elects in one area. Not saying it can't happen, but that's rare that it does. And we over here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Jake is real dumbed down.
Dumbed down that they barely even knew about fucking Black Wall Street coming up.
Gone.
Yeah, you didn't even know your own damn history.
Gone.
So let alone this beautiful work right here. Oh boy.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that. Where the money at? Where the crowd at? Where your school at?
He worried about a crowd than the truth. When the preacher said wisdom is too high for a fool, he gonna worry about who around and listen. Or why y'all ain't got more good members or something, man? Got a lot.
It shows a lack of faith. Like I'll roll with y'all if y'all got more people. Like that's the Lord charge right there, man. He ain't looking.
The Lord said just walk is like a thin where it's fire and water on one side, where one person got to walk in at a time, man. It ain't for everybody to just be crowding the line. You gotta go in on your own.
Straight gate.
Yeah.
Narrow is the way. God is the way that leads to the sun.
So it means there's gonna be a few over here.
Yeah. Most of these camps with big crowds and shit don't got the truth.
Are you all see? I think Kofi had quit and then came back. They didn't have no faith, ran out. You see one body ain't got it. They done dropped the whole name. Safari is all disbanded and scrambled. They turned to the Genesis and some other stuff. Lord straight decimated that camp. And they had big crowds. That's where the money was at. They had big money, big crowds. And look what happened. Their leader was getting pegged, man. For the money. I think Esau started that and he just liked it. And so he had chicks do it to take the little, try to take the steam off of it. I think Esau got him like that for the bag. And so he didn't have no faith. His faith was in a bag of money. He was willing to do whatever it is to get that. He didn't have true faith in the apostolic. He did. He was staying with great ministers. He was a break off. Now we see why he broke off, because he wanted to monetize the gospel. And he showed he had no patience either. I remember he used to talk like, man, ain't nothing happening. Come here for another 1,000 years. This and that, man, you might as well get your money. Yeah, that dude had no patience. He was like Esau, he wanted it right now. Esau gave him the birthright because he had no patience.
No patience, wait on that food.
And he didn't believe in his birthright either. That's why he sold it.
Yeah.
He was like, this birthright don't mean nothing. If I'm starving, I might as well sell it, give me something to eat.
And that goes back to that freestyle when it says, Luke, paraphrasing, the king, the rulers of this world, Luke, paraphrasing, and so is his officers, that Sirach, the 10th chapter, we're going into the officers that everybody follow after the head. And so that's why he think like that. He ain't nothing but he got Esau's spirit on.
It's like he goes, so is the king, so is the officers.
Yeah.
People that nature, which is true.
Yep.
Which is true. You see that Babylon afraid, man, with Donald Trump. Lord done exposed that so bad. I'm like, boy, you a dummy. If you testify you mega, you might look at them like, hey, you dumb. It's a sad thing to be mega. And it's showing like, you got Jake that's in mega. You know that dude ain't got no faith. You ain't got to add. No analysis needed. You just come up, I'm mega. I'm this and I'm that.
If you even still believe in the voting system, you ain't got no faith in the I don't put nobody vote.
So shit, man. But the artifact, you got no precepts? I got no more either. You got no precepts out?
No,
You go ahead and close out there, man. So, wait, with that being said, we hope it's been edifying. We give our praise and glory too. Yeah, Howard, Bashim, Yahweh, Basir Rakadash,
Kwam Yasharala, Bob Paul.
Kwam Yasharala,
Like the good fight of faith, Shalom.
Hey, stay locked in, man. Y'all